welcome to another episode of You Must Be Joking. Right?
Right?
Damn.
Second blast off wasn't quite as good as like SpaceX. Ooh, we couldn't land that one well, could we?
Anyhow, we do have a special guest.
And,
this is Lady Blue.
Really special.
Yeah, because she is actually our newest member of the Rubber Chicken Radio family.
Woo-woo!
Our newest DJ, Lady Blue.
Welcome, Lady Blue. So,
Thank
what
you.
kind of show do you have?
Honestly, I'm pretty eclectic, so I can.
Last night was her first time of DJing.
Okay.
So, and
Yeah.
you know.
Well, so you DJ, so do you just spin records? What's up?
Yeah, pretty much that's what she was doing last night. We're going to go through some more today.
All right.
So, but
Yep.
yeah, she's still in training.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's what Heath says.
Well, you know, I'm still in training underwear. She might be in a training bra. I don't know.
Hey man, all I'm telling you is
Yeah, let's
just
not
let
go
it just
there.
take it
I
out.
think I
Let's
got
all
to-
just be naked serfs. Come on, that's what they want, right?
Not with us.
I'm not afraid.
No, but they will be.
They will laugh and point. And I'm not afraid.
Very
of it.
much so, yes.
Yeah. And that always hurts my feeling because my wife does that a lot.
See, but I don't have any feelings.
Yeah,
Go
but you
ahead.
deserve it.
I allow. Go ahead and laugh and point at me. I understand your pain is making you do that. Now I'm fine with it because I've been so hurt.
Anyway.
So I mean, so Lady Blue, I'm just wondering because I didn't listen last night. Was your first night? I didn't know. I mean, Lady Blue because you play blues or country blues? What's
Actually, it's a mixture of things. So, I got into the Renaissance because of friends and coworkers, and looking for titles. I ended up falling in love with the term lady. So, that's part of it. And then the other part is my absolute favorite color in the whole world is blue. So it just kind of came together that way.
okay?
Almost every day I'm wearing blue something.
And but what kind of music are you putting on your program?
Well, last night, 99% of what I played last night were classics, oldies. Yeah, I love classic rock.
Bob
but
Dylan, Elvis,
I didn't want to
more
get
metal.
too
Chuck Berry.
overzealous for my first time, so
Yeah, she did a good bit of metal. She had AC/DC
What?
going, and
yeah.
AC/DC's rock, not metal.
I
And,
love AC/DC.
AC/DC's pretty cool.
but she also played Godsmack, and you know,
What?
yeah, you know,
Godsmack's actually one of my all-time favorites,
well,
so
Yeah.
I do admit that.
yeah, she had a pretty good mix. So it went from soft to hard and back again. You know.
Yeah, let's see here. I played Madonna for random effect. I played ABBA. I
All
played.
right. That's awesome. I like everything
Yeah.
from ABBA to Zappa, maybe even ZZ Top.
Right?
So yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll get this old man out of his. There's only two kinds of music: country and western.
You know, honest to God, I used to think that all the time.
It's all right. I grew up thinking that too. You mean there's more than country and western? Get out. My mom was so into rock and roll, but she was afraid to tell my dad because he was all about
Yeah.
Waylon Jennings and God, who's the older one?
Waylon Jennings wasn't even around when I was a kid. I never heard of him until until just a couple of years before they came out with the Dukes of Hazzard. But Buck Owens and Hank Snow and Carl Perkins, and Lynn Anderson, Loretta Lynn, Grandpa Jones, Minnie Pearl. You know, all these
How
people.
many pearl?
Yeah, all these people. You
He's
know,
naming everyone on the Hee Haw program. If you didn't know, folks.
actually, I used to watch Minnie Pearl on the Grand Ole Opry.
Oh
you know,
yeah.
yeah. I mean, this
That
is back
doesn't date
before.
you.
Well, you wasn't even born yet. You know?
I was gonna say that doesn't date you.
No. I'm not as old as dirt over here.
Yeah.
Are you kidding? He used to ride the dinosaurs.
Are you,
you
kidding?
kidding?
I taught the dinosaurs to walk.
He was there going, "What are those new things?"
They weren't here last millennium.
Yeah. Small earthquake. Now there's somewhere to swim over here. And now there's what are these animals?
Yeah, and I used
Can
to
we
be-
make pets of them? Yes.
And I used to complain about the sulfur from the volcanoes.
Volcanoes.
You know, until those dinosaurs came around, and the flatulence from them made the volcano smell great. You know?
I heard a very cool fact the other day because I watch science stuff on YouTube.
Uh-huh.
Dinosaurs were around so long that there were fossils of dinosaurs while dinosaurs were around.
Well, guess what? Humans, same thing.
No.
We've been
No,
finding
come
human
on now,
fossils
no.
too. Yeah.
No, that's why we don't find any bones anywhere in places where we dig for stuff. Pompeii.
Yep, you definitely would love freaking Egypt, especially something about denial.
Oh, man. Some of those Pompeii fossils are so cool. I mean, it's horrible the way they died, but some of them, like, died in brothels. And they were like, this is the end, so, you know.
Well, if you're gonna go, you're gonna go.
Exactly.
You know, I mean, you might as well go with a smile.
And a bang.
We're gonna blow up twice.
Yeah. Let's see if we can get 3 out of this, girl. You better hurry. I know I can finish, and the mountain's already started, so you're next.
Yeah, that's like I always said. You know, it's not my fault if you can't keep up. We started at the same time.
Hey, first one to come does the dishes. I haven't done the dishes in 13 years.
Yeah, I'm keeping my mouth shut on that one.
Anyway, this is a family.
Boys, flippy boys, sorry girls.
This is a family-oriented podcast. So
Hey, wait, where are we
No,
going?
it ain't.
it was until today.
I guess it depends on what you mean by family. Keeping it in the family.
That'd be more like an
Broadcast in
Alabama
Arkansas.
thing. You know?
How come it's Arkansas and not Arkansas?
That I never could understand.
And why is the other one not Kansas? Any answers? No one? Nobody?
Not a clue.
I remember a conversation that came up about 3 months ago on that one, and I could not tell you what the answer was.
Well, here's another one. Why is Louisville not Louisville? Why it is Louisville?
Yeah. Why isn't it Louisville?
Yeah.
That was my question
Yeah.
right there. Yeah.
Or St. Louis is actually St. Louis, but not Louisville.
Right.
That's true. That's true.
St. Louis. Where? St. Louis. You mean St. Louis? No. But I do live kind of close to Louisville. You mean Louisville? No.
Yeah.
No. People are weird.
Yeah. Kind of makes you wonder, though. But then that's why they say, you know, that it depends on where you are in this great country as to just how dumb you really are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm right here and I'm stupid as hell.
Yeah. But, you know, you go to Kentucky, you could be a rocket scientist.
Hey,
You never
bro.
know, yeah.
I'm the smartest man in the room everywhere I go in Kentucky.
Oh dear.
I'm
But-
the smartest man in the room all the time anyway.
As soon as I
I'm the
get
only
to
man
New
in the
York-
house.
Oh, man, bananas. Woo!
Yeah, I'm the only man in
Banana
the house.
cream pie is good. I like banana. I'm still trying to think of my favorite pie. Because from the sugar-induced rhubarb strawberry, I loved pumpkin pie. But I think I really loved pumpkin pie because it was like this much pumpkin pie and that much Cool Whip. So,
My favorite pie used to be a pecan pie.
I'd like me some pecans.
But
some
now,
mincemeat.
but the pecan pie is too sweet. But I can really enjoy, and my mouth starts to water just thinking about a coconut cream pie.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah.
Wait, what? Hi. Hi, we're doing a show. Doing a show. Hi. I'm over here just dipped into a pool of banana cream. Whoop.
Now, coconut cream.
It's coconut cream. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Hey, cream pie.
I think he has I think he has bananas on his brain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyhow.
Quit monkeying around, you banana head.
So today,
Truckers.
we actually decided. I actually have
A topic
a
that
topic.
hits close to home, folks.
now.
Because believe it or not, he ate stuff with trucks and things.
So I'm going to read this real quick. A group of truckers thought they were safe to stay a night in a Walmart parking lot, but when they woke up to roll out, they found an unwelcome surprise. When they went to go pick up our load and found out that we had a boot. They said they spent the morning talking to the store manager as well as Walmart's corporate office. They said they were told unauthorized truck parking is not allowed at the store and that they and the other drivers would have to pay towing fees. Several signs posted around a lot warned drivers that their trucks could be towed if they were parked in a lot without permission. But they said they had never had a problem parking at other stores for their mandatory 10-hour rest period in between trips. They've stayed at numerous Walmarts overnight. Industry advocates view incidents like this one as a sign of a larger problem, a shortage of safe parking spots for truck drivers. Bryce Monaghan, or Monjoin, I don't know. Anyhow,
Rottenborn.
a lobbyist with the Owner-Operator Independent Drivers Association, said the industry has been pushing for more rest areas and affordable, safe places for drivers to spend the night. He said the truck traffic has increased faster than the number of available spots, leaving some drivers to seek out parking at retailers like Walmart, where they may not realize there is a problem. The takeaway for people is that when you see drivers parked in places like that, it's not because they want to be there. They have no other options because of the shortage. But they get frustrated and they lose. But these guys actually lost income because they had boots stuck on their trucks.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, when I was driving, cross country, when I was a long haul driver, there was a lot of places that I was able to, and most of the Walmarts I never had a problem with as long as we didn't park close to the store.
Yeah, when you park, because they've got an acre and a half of parking.
Yeah,
Yep.
so we parked as far away as we could and still be in the lot, but we wanted to be around light, and but we that way there we had someplace out of the traffic. We didn't have to worry about people running into us.
It was, for the most part, safe.
Yeah, as best it could be, until I got into Pennsylvania, and then I went to a Walmart and everything, and I pulled in, and I just started to get comfortable, and there was no sign saying no parking,
Yeah.
And I just started to get comfortable, and the one of the guys from the store came out and started banging on my truck, telling me I had to leave, And I told him I didn't have the hours, it was against the law for me to go any further. That's why I was there.
Right.
Okay. And he said it didn't matter. I had to get the hell out of the parking lot. And, not 20 feet from me, there's two motorhomes, an SUV, and another pickup, both pulling trailers. And those guys, it was okay, he said, for them to stay there. They weren't trucks. Okay. And yet they had garbage thrown out around them, but he was complaining about trucks, And
Jeez.
there's no law saying that those people can't drive 24 hours a day, but there
Right.
is for us,
Yeah. Because you're not allowed to
Right.
kill people on the road.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you fall asleep at the wheel.
That stuff increased.
Or just run them all down because you're high on speed.
Yeah, and I don't know how many times
Who
I've
said you
heard.
need that? Just run them over.
And I don't know how many times I've heard of trucks that park on an off ramp, and end up getting rear-ended by a car or a truck and everything because they don't see them and they slam into them.
Oh yeah.
That's why I always try and park on the on ramp instead of the off ramp.
Right.
And at least they have to slow down.
Yeah, that's why I think that's why I see more trucks on an on ramp than I do on an off ramp.
Well, yeah, because it's so much safer. Because
Hopefully.
Yeah, they should be slowing down to make the turn onto the ramp, So, but the point is that, especially since this pandemic has hit, everybody's been praising the truckers, truckers
Except for Canada.
Truckers and farmers, are the greatest things since sliced bread.
Or maybe I should say the Canadian government.
Yeah, there you go. But that, everybody, including Walmart, thank you, dear truckers. And then they turn around and do this crap.
Well, because it's called lip service for a reason, sir. They really don't care. And my question, because you say they're there, the article said they were there to pick up. Were they there to pick up from Walmart and Walmart screwed them, or were they just in the area?
According to
getting
this,
ready to pick up. They needed a place to stop because they were at their time.
Yeah, the way it's worded, and the way it was said, is that they were between trips. They'd already made their delivery. They were waiting for a new delivery.
Yeah. So I was wondering if they were there to pick up from Walmart.
No,
specifically.
But chances are, what they were doing is that they went ahead and they parked there and then went in and bought some groceries or supplies to keep them going. I used to do that a lot.
Go and get some Gatorade and some beef jerky. Yeah, because they're spending the night.
Get a case of water.
Spend a couple bucks.
Yeah, get some the frozen breakfasts or something, sandwich meat, bread.
I mean, we weren't long haul truckers, but we were touring, and so we're in our thing and we're sleeping because Walmart used to be the place you could go sleep.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you go, you buy Gatorades for everyone, you buy some beef jerky for everyone, you sleep in the parking lot, you get up in the morning, you keep going on your tour, and no problems. I don't understand why they have.
You were not in a truck. You were in a van.
Big van with a trailer, though.
Yeah, but like I said, there was
16-passenger van with a 10-foot trailer. It's not as
seems
big
like
as a
they got
truck.
double standard.
Yeah, and but that's
They
just
really
it.
do got a double standard anymore.
Yeah, but that when I was in Pennsylvania, there was there were a motorhome, and then there was an SUV and a pickup, both pulling trailers that were staying there, and they were okay to be there. But we weren't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I had no problem. I probably didn't even have to go shopping in the store.
No, chances
had
are
no
you
problem.
didn't. But they don't.
Yeah.
Why
Truckers don't go shopping in the store because they just want to buy something to make the store owner feel better. They actually need supplies because they live in that truck. That's their home.
Yes, especially the big extended cabs. That's their home.
Yeah, they got the sleeper for a reason. That is their home.
Yeah, and it says on the side of the truck sometimes owner operator.
Yeah,
so you're just like. These people live on the road and they need a place to stay because those people driving those trucks are the lifeline of the United States.
Yeah.
I mean, they're the lifeline of many, many, many countries.
Yeah.
But, hey, let's make America great. It's the lifeline of the United States. And if we treat those people horribly, they're just going to be like,
well, that's why they're having such a hard time getting decent truck drivers now.
Yeah, because I could probably go get a CDL, have never driven, and go get a job right now because they can't get someone that,
They're not able to actually hold on to anybody anymore. A lot of people are jumping ship. There's really not one company out there right now, probably in the entire United States, that can keep their workers.
How many large long-haul companies do you think there are out there?
Oh, God.
There's
thousands. There's thousands of them.
Are there?
Thousands.
Because, listen, this is a subject I know absolutely nothing about, so my opinion doesn't matter at all. But I've got questions. How many long haul companies are there? How many drivers are there? How many families on the road are there?
You will help shape it.
Yeah, there's hundreds of thousands of drivers.
No idea what they go through, or how much they have to lift, or how much they have to pull, or whatever. Like your opinion does actually matter, because only then are we actually going to solve this problem. And it is becoming a problem.
Well, it's all about conversation. If we can't have conversations, then we can't solve problems. And if we can have conversations, then we can start to form ideas that can become actions that do solve problems.
Yeah.
And I think that treating long haul truckers is as bad of a problem as any other out there in the narrow field of survivability for the average human being, because they
Well, it's
are
not-
people we depend on to bring us food, clothing, and sometimes
Everything.
shelter
And fuel.
because and fuel. Yeah, I mean,
Everything everything that you see on a grocery store shelf has at one time been on inside a truck.
yeah, at least.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
you know, but it's not just the long haul truckers that are getting screwed either, because, you know, I mean, the short haul, okay, the long haul truckers a lot of times will just take things to a warehouse, they'll drop the stuff off, and then the smaller independent truckers or the local truckers will take it and put it, you know, get it to the
Disperse it
stores.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, but they're starting to pay those guys less and less,
Right.
Especially
Oh,
right now,
of
because
course.
especially right
Wait
now.
until we get automated trucks.
Yeah, which they're already
I
they've
know
already
they
got
have
them
them.
going.
They've been testing them.
Yeah, and but because of what they're, you know, the local drivers and everything are getting you know, less and less pay for what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
The long haul truckers and everything, you know, they haven't been getting raises for years.
Just like
You know,
everybody
I mean,
else.
yeah, they've barely gone up since the
Actually,
70s.
I think if you went comparatively to, say, let's just say fast food worker like McDonald's, I would argue that trucker pay has actually gone down compared to that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Because
yeah,
the rate of
exactly.
pay for a trucker,
And that doesn't mean not knowing anything about it.
the rate of pay for a trucker is actually barely gone up. It's still right around where it would have been in the 80s.
Right, and a lot of times it's based on miles.
No, most of the time for the long haul trucker.
Yeah.
You know,
So-
if the truck
Yep.
isn't moving, they're not getting
Yeah,
paid.
and if they're sitting in traffic,
yeah.
they're not getting paid.
Yeah, and when they get cut off by, you know, because they're trying to get up to speed, right? They're 80,000 pounds trying to get up this little hill to get going, you
Yeah.
know. And then you get these cars that, you know, they're pissed off because they don't want to be behind a truck, so they go whipping around them illegally. A lot of times, I've been passed on the right shoulder, you know, had them cut in front of me and everything, and then hit the brakes.
Yeah.
Now, what does that do? That slows you back down. Now you're back into second gear, and you got, you know, 8 more gears to go before
Yeah.
you get back up there again. And that's in,
Yep.
you know, some of the basic trucks, you know. So, you know, the nice trucks, you know, you got, you know, 13, 15, 18 gears, you know. I really
Yep.
like the 18 and 13 speed.
Yeah?
Those are nice, yeah. Because, you know, you got the split gears, you know, so yeah. And you can actually get going, and you don't have to drop as much, you know, as far as the speed when you're trying to climb a hill and stuff, you know.
Yeah,
so
I
it's-
drove a 10-speed truck with a 2-speed reverse one time.
Yeah.
That second gear on that reverse,
Yeah,
that
big
thing-
jump, ain't it?
That would go straight up a wall, bro.
Yeah. I'll have to admit, trucks
We're
are
up.
extremely powerful, and you know, people I don't think give them the respect that they deserve.
No, they don't.
No.
Brake checking.
Yeah, that's
if you're
why
dumb
I.
enough to brake check a semi, you're dumb enough to die.
Yeah, that's why I do not drive on the road anymore. You know, I
Well,
mean, right now I'm just a yard hustler.
Every
I get-
every time I hear someone say, "Man, they should just make a separate highway for the truckers," I'm just like, "Well, you should just stop driving." Is what should happen.
yeah,
That's the reality of the situation.
yeah. Now see, on the trucker side,
Agreed.
me and a few of the others have decided. Was thinking about that too. There should be a couple of trucker lanes.
On
have
the other
bus
side
lanes,
of that,
why
I
can't they have
totally
bike lanes?
agree, because express lanes are stupid as hell. But if
Yeah.
they had a double express lane where the trucks were going through,
Yeah, for
especially the
through
long haul
trucks,
truckers,
yeah, the ones that are going through,
and
not
now
gonna
that they
exit.
have those stupid electronic weighing shits,
Yeah.
they could just build one wherever they want, and the trucks could just. I gotta go all the way from here to there, so I don't have to make any stops except to get gas and a pee. Okay.
Yeah, you know.
Yep.
And
And because I have to, because my logs got to show that I didn't drive for 24 hours straight.
yeah. You know,
Exactly.
but I did think that it would be nice if they also did give trucks their own highway in a tunnel through Snoqualmie Pass. You know,
I
just
had this
tunnel it through instead
super
of going up
awesome
over.
fantasy highway system where local idiots had the lower level, And then people like long haul truckers and stuff had a second level, and then the idiots that just want to do whatever the hell get the top level, and when they go off, yeah, goodbye.
Actually, I think it ought to be the other way around. The truckers on top, and then the
Travelers, truckers on top, travelers in the middle, and then idiots on the bottom.
Yeah.
No, because see, the idiots on the top, that way they don't. When something happens down here, it's not because of the idiots, and it's cleared up quickly. Idiots down here mess all the time. Now you're just slow.
No, because everybody else is above all the crap.
But you have to be able to
get
you have to be able to get to the transfer tracks.
Yeah.
So you don't want the idiots down here. You want the idiots up there.
Yeah, but when they crash and everything, they fall down. So now that's blocking the down part.
No,
So
only if they crash on the road. If they crash off the road, who cares? If they crash on the road up there, who cares? As long as they're not blocking our access paths to our freeways, we're good.
Yeah.
And then they should have a law where if you see some jackass who wrecked blocking the access and your truck's got a bumper on it, push him out the way.
I'll give you that. But yeah, but people don't treat trucks with the respect they deserve.
I have a different utopia than, say, Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah. But there's also a lot of truckers that don't deserve the respect. They shouldn't be truckers.
I'll tell you what. One time I was
That goes for a lot of topics, though, not just.
I was riding with a boss of mine, and he was in construction, but he had been a truck driver previously, and we're driving. As a matter of fact, we're driving through this crap hole here, and traffic just started backing up all of a sudden. And he was like, whoop, onto the shoulder, onto the left shoulder. And I was like, what's going on? And a truck just goes, woof. And the guy in the truck puts his arm out and says, like this. And my buddy's like, hey, because he pays attention because he's a truck driver, saw that everything was backing up. The truck driver wasn't going to have time to stop, so he got out of the truck driver's way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep.
I would not have done that. I would have been like, oh, shit's backing up. Boom.
Well, we had the same thing a lot of times when I was down in living in Oregon, around Sunny Valley, because you had Sexton Mountain Pass. Okay, and it was a windy road, and it was a 6% grade, and so it was really
nice
steep.
and steep.
Yeah, it was really steep, and it was long, and some of the trucks, especially the older trucks and everything. The drivers wouldn't get out and check their brakes. They wouldn't get stop and let their brakes cool off if they'd already been warmed up a bit and this kind of stuff. So next thing you know, you're driving down there in your car and you see this truck coming down. His lights are flashing. You hear his horns, and then you see this smoke coming out of the wheels, because their brakes are burning. So you go ahead and you see which way is going. You give them the easiest lane so they and get in behind them because they're just riding. If they make it to the bottom of the hill,
there's an off.
and to where they can actually get off the road and stop and catch their breath, they're going to be spending at least a half an hour just pulling the seat cover out of their crack.
Right.
Because they're holding on for dear life.
It's like a vacuum has just started up that they never knew they had.
Yeah, they're going to have vinyl coming out of their teeth, But it's just terrible.
I may not have been a truck driver, but I did drive special buses throughout King County alone, and that was an eye opener because it made it more
personal,
clear, I guess, of the situation that truck drivers actually do go through, and I've been a dispatcher for years for different companies doing, different things. Some were long haul, some were short, some were just from warehouse to warehouse. And, the stuff that they go through is just mind blowing. It really is. And I feel bad for every last one of them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But there are some drivers that do deserve their karma.
Yeah.
Well, there's always that special one.
Yeah. There are some truck drivers out there that actually should never be behind the wheel of a go-kart, let alone a truck. But,
Yeah, exactly.
But for the most part, most of the truckers want to get home alive.
Right.
And
because they're supporting their families, man.
Yeah, they're trying anyway.
Yep.
So
that's why I just I can't believe that somewhere like Walmart will allow me and my van to crash there.
Yeah.
But they won't let a trucker crash there. And because I might be living in my van for 6 months, but that guy, that's his house.
Yeah.
A lot of times.
Yeah.
I mean, not every time, but a lot of times that's his house.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, you're letting
Yep.
me? Why not? Why? What's the difference? What's the cutoff? It's like, okay, well, I'll eat everything up to a pig, but not a horse. Well, you'll eat a horse if you don't know you're eating a horse.
You'll eat a horse if you're hungry enough.
Yeah,
too.
exactly. You'll eat everything if you're hungry enough.
Yeah.
Kevin's looking a little tasty.
He's got 2 legs. He only needs one.
Yeah, exactly. He's got 2 thumbs. We ain't hitchhiking anymore.
Right?
I'll whittle you a new leg.
We'll all play pirates. It'll be cool.
Yeah. Well, your nickname's Peggy then.
Wait, that could be something else. I didn't have you pegged for one of those type of people. Well, you just weren't looking. Yeah, I can't.
You know, I got to admit, there are a lot of Walmarts, though, that do, and a lot of grocery stores and this kind of stuff that do allow trucks to park. You know, like the Walmart down in Auburn by the Super Mall.
Yep.
You know, you see a lot of trucks park out there and everything, but they got a long parking lot and there's plenty of room
And
out there.
that's a
away
huge
from 'em.
industrial area
Yeah.
outside the super mall itself, right
Yeah.
there.
Yep.
Because
Yep.
I'm going through my head because I mean it has been a long time since I've actually been in the van and gone everywhere. But I'm just like, man, I've seen a couple places, but they were like Albertsons or Vons and stuff like that, where they're like no overnight parking. But
Yeah.
the big stores, they were always welcoming. It's just weird. I just can't
Yeah, you know, but
fathom why they would make that delineation.
what I can't understand is why they've made it so hard, especially here in the state of Washington, for
Democrats. Sorry. What?
for people to have truck stops with a big enough lot to accommodate more than like 10 trucks.
Yeah.
And then they turn around like there's the mustard seed down here in Sumner. Okay, they have a nice big lot out there to park, and they are so kind. They just charge. Well, it used to be they charged $10. I think it's 15 now for 24 hours to park.
That's
You know,
reasonable, I think.
well, considering that, you know, right now paying 10 or 15 bucks to park is better than getting a ticket, you know, because
Or a boot.
yeah, you know, but it used to really tick me off because, you know, like I'd go to California and you couldn't park anywhere without paying for the parking, you know, and it was
Yep.
Mm.
$10 then.
Yeah.
know?
Imagine.
So we're talking over 20 years ago, and now, you know, it's
Who knows how much it is down there
Yeah.
now?
Now, there was a couple of them, like TAs and everything, where they would charge you $10 to park.
Okay.
But if you went into the store, you know, and, you know, you bought fuel or you bought $10 worth of...
If you spent the equivalent.
yeah, if you spent
Yeah.
$10 in their store on food or whatever, you know, and everything, then when you were leaving, you showed the receipt to the
Which
guard.
also sounds reasonable.
Yeah, I thought
Yep.
that was great. That's why I always parked.
Because
with
I got to
them.
go get dinner.
Yeah. You know, so...
Or
Exactly.
fuel up.
Yeah, you know, so that's what I would do, you know, is I'd
Yeah.
find those places, you know, but
Sometimes
around
you don't
here,
really have a choice.
yeah, well, around here until recently, we had, well, there used to be a Flying J truck stop in Federal Way, right where that new
Yep.
shopping center is,
Yep,
right there
yep.
at the top of
Yep.
18. You know, there was that one. Then there was
There was one down in
there was a Flying J where the Loves is now. There in Fife.
Okay, okay.
That
Okay,
was
but
where I
it
was
was
thinking of,
so
Fife.
small, and it
Okay.
still is. You know, I mean, it's oh god, it's a pain to get in and out of there. And then there was the TA in North Bend.
Okay.
Okay, I think it used to be called King's Truck Stop before TA bought them out, but that was years and years and years ago.
Actually, I think you're right. Yeah,
Yeah, they had good food too, but
I wouldn't know.
you know, but that was about the only truck stops on the western side of Washington.
Really?
Yeah.
Jeez.
That was it, you know. And then, oh wait, no, there was also,
What's it like for a trucker at a rest stop? Are you allowed to park there overnight?
yeah, they a lot of rest stops, a lot of rest areas actually have truck parking.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I mean, but you're
Yeah.
allowed to be there. Are you allowed to be there for 24 hours, kind of thing?
They don't
or-
want you to be there 24 hours, but you're allowed to be there for your minimum.
Okay.
Or
because you're not allowed to
Yeah,
drive
your
this
10
many
hours or
hours in a
whatever.
row.
Yeah.
So you have to
Yeah.
actually have
Yeah.
this much off.
Yeah, and most truckers don't want to stay in a rest area for more than 10, 12 hours, because there's nothing else
They're
to
losing
do.
money.
Well, not only that, but I mean, that's not where you want to have to spend your reset time, because there's nothing to do. There's no food. There's no anything. I mean, you got a toilet.
Hey,
That's
we got
about
free
it.
coffee on Tuesdays.
Yeah. yeah. So
was just
most will
thinking
try and
that.
get to a truck stop or someplace, to where they can at least go and walk around and get,
Right.
do their shopping or whatever for their reset time.
So like that one over by Wild Waves is just like,
Yeah.
because it's
To
not
me, that one
it's
is.
not conveniently close to the stuff that's right there on the other side of the freeway.
The one by Wild Waves.
Yeah, there's the way station rest stop that's on the way up there. to
Oh,
Wild
yeah,
Waves.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one there.
I always thought it was-
most drivers actually stop there just for their 10 hours, and so they can go again. Then they'll go up north, and there is Donna's truck stop up there in Marysville. Okay,
A lot of people love that
and
one.
they got yeah. I like stopping there too. I mean, they got a nice
Yep.
little restaurant there. The food's not too bad, and it's not too expensive.
Yeah.
But they will charge you to stay the night.
Yeah.
And then once you get up north of Bellingham,
Chenoweth.
once you get north of Bellingham and everything, there's a Pilot and there's a Love's, I think it is, up there now. Then there are pretty good sized truck stops too. And
Yeah. I mean, it's getting to the point where if we're depending on truck drivers as much as we are to
Well,
this
we've-
day,
we've
then
always
at least
depended
every
on
city should have a truck
yeah,
area.
but they've got so many laws now.
Well, of course they do.
When
They don't want you guys to
when I first started driving,
have a wonderful life doing what you enjoy
Yeah.
doing. They
They
want you
make
to
it easy
barely
for 'em.
exist and hate what you love.
yeah, well, you
Yep.
remember back in the days with Smokey and the Bandit?
Uh-huh.
Everybody was on
Oh,
the
yes.
CB and this kind of stuff.
Huh? Oh yeah.
That's actually the way it was with truckers.
yeah.
They would
still
actually
got
help.
my seat.
Yeah, well, I still got mine too, but I never use it.
I never use.
But I got.
Break eight. This is the bandit.
We used to, if somebody needed help, it didn't matter if it was a truck driver or just a regular motorist or whatever. A truck driver would pull over, take the time out of their busy day, and they would get out and they would help that person. Whether
Or
it
they
was,
would be like, "Hey, I just passed," and blah blah blah.
yeah,
They're calling for help. Blah,
yeah,
blah,
if there's
blah.
an
Yeah,
injury
yeah.
or
All
somebody's sick or whatever, they would take the time and help these people.
Yeah, we used to sit at home. We had two in two cars, and we had the home base, and we used to fuck around all the time, just be out there following truckers. Hey, where you guys go? Are you go? Okay, we're gonna go dine and dash at that Denny's. We'll follow you till we get there.
Yeah. Yeah, but but the truckers were always a big help, and that's when
Dude, they were nice. They were funny. They were like they were humans.
yeah, and you'd go to a truck
Yeah.
stop back then that was actually a truck stop. Now
Right.
now they don't have too many truck stops. It's just travel stops.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
there's
'cause
a
they-
place to sleep or there's a travel spot.
Yeah,
Yep.
well, most of them and everything, they cater to everybody. There's only a few actual truck stops that I know of anymore. One of them is in Idaho. You go there, it's just just east of Boise. In fact, it's called the Boise Stage Stop. Okay, and you walk in there to the restaurant, and they actually have a sign that says, "We appreciate your business. This is a truck stop, so we do serve truckers first."
Oh.
Yeah, and but that's the way it used to be. I mean, you'd walk in, to a truck stop, And it was, most of them were mom and pop places. And you'd go on in there, and they had good, inexpensive food. You could go ahead and you could park. You could take your showers, and this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And they catered to you because they wanted you to buy their fuel. They wanted you to buy their stuff. And they were there for service for the trucker, and everybody was friendly. They had a a truck driver could just come in and sit down. Bosselman's over in Iowa. Used to love going there. You walk in, and it was a truck stop too. And you had your membership card. It was a Amco or I can't remember what it's called. I still have the card, but anyhow,
You should have got it for the show.
Brain.
Yeah,
Presentation.
but you walk in there and everything, and you take your card and you swipe it down to the little card reader, and it would open up the door so you can go in, and it has laundry facilities all in through there. And then they have these two theaters. They have a mannequin in between the theaters dressed up like a ticket taker, but you just you look at you go down to the counter.
Look at the marquee, choose a movie.
Well, they have a book of movies, okay, and so you go ahead and you tell them which movie that you want and which theater you're going into, and they'll go ahead and put it in the queue, and then you go ahead and you go on up and you get in there and everything, and sit down, and then they play the movie, and you get to watch it for free. There's no charge for any of that. You go back down, they actually have a trucker's seating area, so when a regular the regular Joe
customers are over here.
Yeah.
Truckers
in
so
here.
these guys get kind of priority service.
Yeah, and I used to love
which is understandable because some of those guys are like, I gotta.
Yeah, you'd have to take your 34-hour reset time, and that's where I would be. But
If you got a choice, do it. Yeah.
Sure. If I could get to a Bosselman's, that was always my first pick. Unless I could get to a good mom and pop place like the one in Indiana. On Highway 30, there's a small mom and pop place. They only had parking for like 10 or 15 trucks, something like that.
Yeah.
But damn, the food was good. The waitress was hot, and but the people that owned the place just they were really nice. They catered to you, and they tried to make sure that everything was good for you. If there was any kind of a problem, they were right there. And
That is a thing of the past, sir. Of the past.
if you ever listen to Red Sylvine, some of his songs about trucking, like Teddy Bear, okay, or what is it? Giddy Up Go.
Giddy up, go.
Yeah, that was the life of truck drivers back then, and but now that you can't do it, they've got so many rules that you can no longer pull over and take the time to help somebody. Because you right now you can only drive for 11 hours. Okay.
Yep.
You can only be on duty for 14 hours.
Yep.
You have to take 10 consecutive hours off.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay. And before you can start going again.
Yep.
It used to be that you could drive for 8 hours.
Okay.
Okay. But you could split that up. Okay. Now, most truckers that I've ever known, including myself, always had a problem sleeping for 8 hours. Okay. So you could drive for, 4 or 6 and then take a nap, and that was a 2-hour break. And then you'd go ahead and you'd go again. So you'd split up your sleeper time, and, and then you had to take 10 hours off and then, go again, but now you just can't do that. They won't let you split it up. So these guys, that can't sleep for 8 hours have to sit there for 10 hours waiting before they can go again, and then they get tired and run into a bridge.
All right.
So
Yeah.
it's just it's not trucker friendly really anymore.
Well, I mean that
and I can understand
That's
part
by
of it.
design, sir. That's how they're making it.
Yeah, I can understand why they want to regulate. For safety's sake. Okay, we need you guys to get rested.
You
we don't
say
want you to-
regulate, I say eliminate.
Well,
That's why they're bringing in those automated trucks, bro.
well, yeah. Well, that is because
The future is less people.
yeah, the future. But
Robots
what
will take over.
that's a good idea.
What? Less people?
Whoa.
Georgia Guidestones? Keep the population under 500 million?
No, you gave me a great idea. Oh,
Who, what, where, when, when, how?
Elon Musk, we need to have a talk. I think.
What about
I
robots
think.
taking over?
Good luck getting him to do something good for the people. Oh, who said that out loud? Me.
No, I think what we ought to do and everything, since they've already automated, like where I work right now.
Yeah.
The trucks are actually loaded by robots.
Yeah, they're automating everything, man. Everything is automated.
Okay, well, he's going to take a break here. So I just want to say thank you again for joining us. But if anybody actually has a point of view they would like to make on this topic, I would really especially like to hear from a truck driver. But anybody is welcome to call in once everybody gets back from their little break. So I'll go ahead and give you the number right now. It's 253-254-6664. And go ahead and call on in. And if you've had an experience about any of this, or if you've got an opinion that you would like to point out, pro or con, whichever, go ahead and let us know.
right.
She changed positions. Yeah. Okay. Now the idea that I had that you gave me, is since
Trademark.
I'll take it.
Copywritten.
Since they've already taken the forklift drivers' jobs for loading trucks and automated that to robots doing it where I'm at. Okay?
Yeah.
And they're coming
Amazon's
up.
got a lot of automated warehouses.
Oh yeah. Well, Boeing has had automated warehouses for a long time too. Yeah, and that's cool to a point. Okay.
Heck, even
But
McDonald's, you don't even need a front counter person anymore.
Oh yeah. But now imagine this: you take the same robots, okay, with all this AI possibilities.
Yeah, the technologies or
Yeah.
whatever.
It doesn't need to be AI. Just program it to do what you want.
Right.
Right?
And I don't think the programming would be all that difficult
Well, no, because
for this.
they got.
But what do you say instead of 500 plus government officials in Congress, we just robots working there that's programmed by the people?
But the
Where-
people
where-
That gets rid of the greed.
anymore.
That's get rid of the lies. That gets
Jury
rid of-
bought 5,000. That's where I saw that. Yeah, no, see, listen. I agree we need to get rid of all 535 of them right now. But we should probably think about replacing them, not just eliminating them. But we could cut down on the number of them, that's for sure.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying, I'm not saying, just go ahead and
How about
replace them with.
How about the president is an automated bot?
That would work.
Because that way he could be like Max Headroom. Hey, American people, how are you doing today?
She might not remember him because she was just a baby about then. But yeah, Max Headroom.
Yeah, Google Max Headroom.
Wait, don't Google Max Headroom. Just Google Max Headroom.
It's okay. I know who you're talking about, believe it or not.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll get rid of the damn politicians and put in computers or robots to deal with it.
The problem isn't the politicians. The problem is the corporations that own the politicians.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, if we could automate
Exactly.
those, that'd be perfect.
Right?
Well, what we need to do is go ahead and just do the politicians because they can't be bought. I mean, once they're programmed and everything, corporations they have to actually do what the people want instead of the companies want.
Yeah, but then you
That'd be
fight
cool
over who's
if
gonna
like government was a program on a computer and it was open source. So everyone had access to it and everyone could make the changes, and then once a week the computer crunched the numbers and made the changes necessary to make the majority happy. Just once a week.
Yeah. Well, that's just it. I wouldn't make it open source because that leaves
It
too
would
many
have to
holes
be
open.
open source because that way everyone has their input, and then the algorithm takes the input from everybody.
It wouldn't be
and
open
does the
source though.
calculations.
You wouldn't do that. What you do and everything is have an input, to where people could actually,
Yeah,
input.
that's open source, sir.
Now, open source is where they can actually run program. Okay, they can change the actual program.
open source.
To do it. Okay, but with this,
'Cause
you're
we're
just
all
giving them
changing
data.
the program.
Yeah, but you're just giving them the data. It'd be like taking your vote, and computerizing it. But you'd have to, use a specific user ID and password in order to log in to
Wait,
put
what?
in your opinion.
Voter ID? What
Yeah.
kind of liberal?
Well, figure if everybody
conservative
has
User-
garbage are you
voter
stealing?
registration,
User
they should be
ID
able
is
to
what I
use
said,
the
but,
registration to do that. I mean, that way there it's kind of all in one instead of having to do it all separately and crap.
But
I
then
mean,
you wouldn't have to wait
honest-
every 4 years.
Honestly, right now it should be like American Idol. We should just be voting for the president with our phone. That's the guy on stage that was the funniest, whatever, because they're all trash.
Actually, there's been some pretty good ones on America's Got Talent, Britain's Got
yeah,
Talent. and all that.
yeah.
But anyway, so back to the truckers. Anyhow, like I said, anybody that wants to give us your opinion or if you have input on this or whatever, go ahead, feel free. Give us a call, 253-254-6664, and we'll take your call and let you know. Otherwise, we're almost out of time.
What?
Let's see here. And
But actually, yeah,
Because-
it kind of
nobody's
went by
chatting.
pretty
Because
fast.
I wanna ask you specifically what you thought about how the Canadian Parliament treated the truckers when they said, "Hey, we don't need to take any shots just to prove that we can do our job." You know what they did, right?
Yeah,
they
yeah,
froze
I know
their
what
bank
they did.
accounts. They
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
put a bunch of them in jail.
yeah, which was 100% wrong. But on the flip side, the truckers could have just said hell with it, got up and walked off, and just left their trucks. Okay, you guys deliver it.
That would have been me.
But the reaction
I'll catch
from
a Greyhound.
The reaction from the government is what I'm kind of
Well, yeah, but it's always like that though.
because
the
if
government-
you were in that line of trucks and you got out of your truck and walked away from it, and someone got in that truck and said, "You know what? F that guy. I can do this."
Yeah, well,
Would you let that happen?
I can disable a truck
Yeah,
easy.
see, I didn't think so. So you
They ain't
say
moving
one
it.
thing, but you mean another. So what I'm asking you is how you felt about the way the Canadian Parliament treated those truckers. And you said since they could have handled it a different way, apparently
No.
you were okay with what they did.
No. I can honestly say that as far as that goes, I do believe that the government itself, the way that they treated the truckers and the way that they handled it was not only wrong but illegal.
They overstepped any kind of governmental
What
power
they-
they
what-
should have been embellished with from the people of their country.
What they actually ended up doing was taking away the rights of anybody that disagreed with them at any point.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And
So
it's funny when I tell people, hey, we're losing rights every day. They're like, what right did you lose today? Well, today I lost the right to say you're a faggot out loud. Because that's offensive to 9, 10, 15,000 people on the internet that just heard it. And oh my God, we're about to get some hate mail.
hey, I told a guy.
I said the F word.
I told a guy in October, the end of October, that he was a fag. Of course, he was dressed like a cigarette.
Hey, man. From an ashy hairdo to a nice big butt full of cotton. Why you got cotton in your butt? I'm a cigarette.
In case you didn't notice, Lady Blue, or if you didn't know this, the British actually call a cigarette a fag.
No, I know.
She's on top of the game, bro.
Yeah, I know.
We haven't stunned her
I am
yet.
definitely more knowledgeable than I either sound or appear to be.
Hey,
And I'm okay with that. I love actually making people drop their jaw. It's so much fun.
Yeah, well, I better not say that. Let's see here. I can honestly
He's
He's
say
here to offend.
It's so much fun to prove otherwise.
I can honestly say ignorance is bliss. I'm a very happy man, but most people think I'm much happier than I am, and I like it that way.
I'm all right, man. I'm doing good. How you doing, Lady Blue?
you want me to comment? Or
I want you to. I asked you a serious question, Lady Blue. How you doing? How you feeling? How are you this week? How has this week treated you and made you feel?
Treated me like I'm invisible. I'm constantly in pain, and I hate the healthcare system. But outside of that, like in my
now those are
my actual home, I am happy.
Those are reasonable things because I live in constant pain, and I don't enjoy the healthcare system, and yeah, I'm right there with you.
Yeah, me too. I'm in constant pain. I am a constant pain. And I absolutely hate doctors and everything that they stand for because the whole healthcare system has made them to where they're all a bunch of money grubbers and they will lie in order to save their own asses.
Yep. But right now I'm dealing with the fact that my job forced me on to short-term disability, except for they still haven't paid me. I've been off for well over a month, and they've been lying to me since the day one.
Man.
Healthcare is
we won't
a
name
joke.
the company because the lawsuit won't allow us.
Yeah, so
There's no
I'm dealing with L&I. L&I has actually been on my side. They've been helping me out a lot.
Must be because she's
honestly,
a female. Because man, I get screwed by them every time.
I don't know. I had one L&I case where they actually got up and said, "You're wrong. This guy needs to get paid for the time he was off." So.
Hell,
one time
they refused to do anything about my hand. I needed surgery on it, and they refused to do anything. Hell, I couldn't use it. It hurt for me to hold the steering wheel being a truck driver.
I got the surgery on the hand,
yep.
But I didn't get the surgery on the shoulder. But I got the compensation for the shoulder, but no compensation for the hand.
Yeah, see, I didn't.
And luckily, it was an emergency, so I was just like, well, okay, I'm not paying it either.
Yeah, their idea of compensating me for my shoulder when I tore the muscle, okay, because they said that I was never going to heal completely.
Right.
And $6,000.
Which is why this one can go here, but this one can only go. Hang on. Okay. So.
Yeah, it's definitely to that point. A few years ago, probably more than a few now, I was in a terrible car accident. My brand new car, not even 3 months old, got totaled because some lady decided to be on her cell phone, ran a stop sign, and T-boned the crap out of my car.
Perfect. I gotta make this post to Facebook. Wham.
Yeah, so, well, she actually stayed on her phone the entire time, even with the cops there. Her vehicle could still freaking go. My car,
I'm an influencer. You don't understand.
I don't doubt that. She ended up changing her story like 5 times. The insurance gave me, my money, and we had the same insurance.
Yeah.
So that kind of helped. There was no middleman needed.
Right. Well, it's like right now I have a hernia, and I can't go get it taken care of until it's an actual emergency.
Yeah.
And once it's an emergency, then they have to help me, and then I can walk away from the bill.
Well, the car accident hyperextended my shoulder.
Oh man.
So that was fun. Had to go to physical therapy for that one. And now with this job, it's carpal tunnel. I have it in both my arms. And it's mostly, my right side's the worst case.
Carpal
so that's the side
tunnel? There's
I'm
only
working
one
for
of me
now.
here.
Yeah. So, and I'm the type that's allergic to, pain. So this is not fun for me.
And I don't mean to make light of the carpal tunnel thing, but,
Yeah, honestly, out of every injury out there, I'd rather the carpal tunnel.
I'll tell you. Well, that's why I had the surgery on the hand because as a carpenter, using the nail gun repetitively for months and months and months and months and months is what led up to the fact that I had to actually get surgery so that I could open my hand beyond that. Because there was a point in time where that was it, and it's like I couldn't feed myself, I could barely shower, and everything else. So I'm just saying.
Yep.
Surgery was a necessity, and I had to fight them tooth and nail to get it. Finally, it became to It came to the point where it was an emergency enough that I got taken to the hospital from the job site. The surgery was done. Ellen and I still denies it to this day that I needed to have it done. And I was just like, well, I ain't paying the hospital bill. F you.
Yeah. And honestly,
people are
I
mad
had
at me
no
for
idea that carpal tunnel is in the entire arm. So you got your wrist, your elbow, and then your shoulder.
Yeah,
I did not know
starts
that.
right
I
here,
honestly was so ignorant
where this
when this all
laceration
started. I
is.
thought it was just in the wrist.
Yeah,
I
know the
fully
feeling.
admit that.
Now, to let everybody know, anybody that wasn't here when we first started this show,
Is about truckers.
no, Lady Blue.
And Lady Blue. Oh,
Yeah.
Lady Blue's new.
Yeah.
New Lady Blue.
Yeah, Lady Blue
Yay.
is the newest addition to the Rubber Chicken Radio family.
And she's
is,
going to throw some rock and roll at you people.
Yeah, she is our new
Along with some
newest
classical,
DJ.
some jazz, some who knows whatever.
So you will be hearing
I
some
also
new.
had Prince on there too.
Yeah. So
He
you-
is my second favorite artist.
Yep, see?
So, but she will be doing live shows for you guys. So we are
Who
working
knows?
on
Maybe
her,
she'll
and,
play some Nothing Sounds Good or some Indica.
No, because she's on Rubber Chicken Radio. Everything sounds good.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying.
Anyway,
Shameless plugs.
Crap.
speaking of shameless plugs, we are about out of time. So why don't you plug the vegetable soup show?
I've got the Vegetable Soup Show on NWCZ Radio, Channel 1, Tuesdays, 6 to 7 p.m. Pacific Time. Give it a listen. Give it a like. If you don't like it, you can email me at thevegetablesoupshow@gmail.com. I don't care.
There you go. And if you guys want to actually put in your 2 cents, go ahead, feel free to email either Veg or myself at veg@rubberchickenradio.com or
Gary
Gary@rubberchickenradio.com.
And now Lady Blue.
Yeah. Also at rubberchickenradio.com.
That's right.
And then let's see here. If you have any suggestions, feel free. Go ahead and send those on in to suggestions@rubberchickenradio.com.
If you have submissions.
If you're a musician or a comedian and you would like some of your material to be submitted to the store or to the
Store or station.
Yeah.
Hey, we'll sell your stuff for you. We're not ashamed of you.
True.
Your mom said you rock, and I believe her.
But anyhow, go ahead and send your submissions to submissions@rubberchickenradio.com. All right?
We're all over it.
So, anyhow, thank you very much for joining us for another episode of You Must Be Joking.
Right? And everyone say, hey, Lady Blue, how you doing? Woo!
Hey, Lady Blue!
Welcome
Hey!
to the station.
Thank you.
Okay, you guys all have a good one.